right, my PEP scholars, welcome back to another live PEP class. Today being Tuesday, of course, we're going to be doing our ability test. And I have my scholars in studio with me as usual. Before we dive into the ability test, I am going to run by you schedule of our live classes. We have live PEP and CSEC classes every week, 5 PEP classes per week, 6 CSEC classes per week, and the live classes. So this is different from the videos that we have up on the channel. We have hundreds of videos in our playlist. So that's different from the live videos. So you can catch us live, and if you miss us, just go on the channel and camp out. We have enough videos to keep you occupied. So here's the schedule. Math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math test and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a important to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. No, very important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC. We're going to look at common errors, mystify everything. Make sure you watch every video series so that you can avoid makes. So stay tuned. Scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? This is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in different topics in mathematics. If we know errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on. All right, so we're about to get started, and I want to welcome my scholars in the chat. Welcome to all the scholars. Welcome. Welcome, Ashanti and others in the chat. And I also have my scholars here in studio whom I'm going to invite now me on screen. All right, there they are. Welcome, John, Amari, Jair, Madison. Okay, so hi, Ashanti. Hi, welcome and good night. So we're off into our ability test, and the PEP ability test is really, it tests your general knowledge, it tests your comprehension skills, you know, some problem solving ability, yes, too, but mainly your general knowledge. Some persons would say it's a sense test, right? So it's testing how you're thinking. So the questions are pulled different aspects of the curriculum as well as the wider field of knowledge, that you accumulate knowledge as you grow, as you listen in on things. You might not even be paying attention, but it's going into your subconscious, so you're gaining mother wit, as we call it, right? That's common sense, general knowledge. So the PEP is testing that. All right, so you'll have a little maths mixed in with the language, a little this, a little that, a little that. All right, good night, Janice. Here we go. So I'm going to share as usual and get into. All right. Okay. I love to share of my students, and these are students who have passed through my school, over the years. I take their pics and I keep their pics, and I love to show them. All right. So let's get to the first question. And it says, number 1, place each of these sets of words in order so that they make sense. Any kind of sense, right? Whether chronological sense, alphabetical sense, any kind of order of stage from one stage in a process to another stage in the process. So the first set of words, cotton, ball, cloth, dress, strand, yarn. Hi there, Andres. Hi, Victor. Welcome, man. Come in, make yourself comfortable. So how do we place these in order? The words at A in some kind of order so that they make sense. Who wants to try that one? Come in. Madison?
Miss, can I go?
Hold on, Madison is going first.
Miss, going down, it could be yarn, then strand, then dress, then cloth, then cotton ball.
What made you place them in that order? What's your logic?
Miss, because yarn can become a strand. Never mind, Miss. That set doesn't make sense. I don't really understand how to put them in order.
All right. Okay, John wanted to try. You try, John.
Okay, miss for C, miss. Miss with the goat, miss, the kid, then the fire, then the left, then the drum.
Sorry, you're saying to be first?
Miss, I'm doing C, miss. Miss, I said about C.
No, we're at A, John. We're at A.
Okay, miss with the cloth first, miss. Then wait, miss, cotton balls, then the cloth, then the yarn, then the dress, and then the stand, miss. Miss, that's what I distracted.
Okay. All
Miss,
right,
can I
so
go?
the cotton ball is actually the tree.
Oh, Miss, I
There
thought
you
it was
go.
like supposed to be cotton ball, but it's spelled wrong. I didn't understand.
Miss, I have cotton ball,
No, it's not ball. It's ball. That's what they call it. It's a
cotton
round
strap.
encasement cotton on the plants. Okay, called a ball. All right, so let me help
So,
you
Miss,
with this one. So we would have that
Miss,
first, the cotton ball. Here after you,
Miss, would it be?
and you didn't really want to go.
Yes, Miss.
Would it be what?
Miss, would it be the
Go
cotton
ahead.
ball? This would it be the cotton ball, the strand, yarn, cloth, then dress?
Yeah, that is. So we have the cotton ball plant, then we make that into a strand of cotton, then the yarn, then the dress. So correct. All right. I must came in with it. All right. So listen, you had the answer for B.
Miss, I'm going to try.
Fetus, ovum, embryo. Try.
Miss, ovum, embryo, neonate, fetus, then infant.
You missed it by one little error there.
Miss,
Error
I
there.
think
You want to
neonate is
try
supposed
again?
to go. Yes, Miss. Ovum,
Try them
neonate.
in the order again.
Miss, ovum, neonate, embryo, fetus, then infant.
All right, let me tell you, a neonate is a newborn up to about 4 weeks. All right, so there you go. You try.
Miss, is it a ovum, embryo, fetus, infant, then neonate?
No. Remember, I just said it is a newborn, birth to about 4 weeks old.
Neonate would be before infant.
So we have the ovum. Ovum is right, the egg. And when it fuses with the sperm, the embryo. Actually, after that, but it's not here. Would have been the zygote. Okay, so we have the embryo, the fetus, the neonate, and infant. Infant is from neonate all the way up to about a year and so on, right? Or how about C?
Miss, I'm just hearing the word neonate for the first time.
Okay, so remember this channel is all about learning. And as we learn math, we learn other things. All right, so usually whenever you see a word with neo means new. So a neonate is a newborn. All right, how about C? Leather, hide, drum. Which order could we put those for them to make sense? Madison?
Miss, goat, kid, hide, leather, then the drum.
Would the goat combo kid in terms of what we're so we're using the hide of the goat.
Miss, can I answer, please?
Yes.
Miss, it would be the
Amari.
kid first because Miss, it would be the kid first. Miss, because the kid uses the goat. Miss, then it's going to be
The
hide.
kid
Miss.
grows into the
Miss,
goat.
the kid
Yes.
grows into the
The kid,
goat.
yeah, the kid
Oh.
grows into the goat. And we use
Oh,
hide
that's
of
okay.
to make leather. We use the leather surface of the drum. That's the part that we beat.
Miss,
All
before
right.
I tried it, I thought it was like a literal child instead of like a kid of a goat.
Oh no. So the baby goat. Some are saying that his screen is blur. Those in studio, can you see the screen well?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss.
All right. Okay. So I apologize to not able to see it, but I do my best to make it as clear as possible. All right, let's go on to number 2. Again, we're asked to place these sets of words in order. so that they make sense. And for A, we have cane juice, granulated sugar, sugar cane stalk, molasses, and brown sugar. In order of process, which comes first? Madison?
Miss the sugar cane. Oh,
Miss the sugar cane stalk, the brown sugar, the granulated sugar, the molasses, then the cane juice.
No, ma'am. You want to try, Amari?
Miss, would it be the sugar cane stalk, then the molasses, then miss the granulated sugar, then the brown sugar, then the cane juice?
Whoa, those are all pulled up. The first thing you would have is the stalk. That's the sugar cane
Yes,
of
miss.
the plant. That's we eat. That's what you chew and suck out the juice, right?
Yes,
So the
miss.
sugar cane stalk, then the cane, we get the cane juice from the stalk. And when we start processing the cane juices, and then we get brown sugar, and then we process that even more, and we get the white, the granulated sugar. So it's sugar cane starch, molasses, brown sugar, and granulated sugar. He says raindrop, ocean, river, tributary, puddle. Which order could we put these ones?
Miss, what's that tributary?
Miss, I have the same question.
A tributary is a small flows into a larger one. It's it costs to it. Tributary makes
Miss,
or
Miss, can I check?
you
Miss
guys
rain,
always make Madison beat. We make
rain,
Madison beat you to it, Arlen. So
raindrop, puddle,
Mhm.
tributary, river, ocean.
Miss, I
That's
agree.
correct. Okay, so Amari agrees. So we'd have the raindrops, which form puddles, which form the tributary, which flows into the river, which flows into
Miss,
sea. We have para.
can I try see?
Hold on.
Miss, I
Paragraph, sentence, word, letter, story. Amari, go.
Okay, Miss. Miss, I would say a word first. Wait, no, Miss, a letter first. Then a word. Then a sentence. Then paragraph, and then story.
That is correct. All right, let's move on. Now we have these things called icebreakers, and we're gonna do just a few of them. And as we go along, we do more and more of the icebreakers. This is in the ability test. Now these icebreakers are words that they tell a little story. So if you look at them, you have to try to figure out what is the message. So I'm introducing you now, and by the time we're done, and I give her next week, you'll be so sharp at them. So what do you think this first one is in?
Mind over matter.
Okay, so mind over. So we have the mind on top, matter at the bottom. What do we mean by that phrase, mind over matter? What does that expression mean?
Miss to think I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, so matter will be material things or things that can happen to you. And of course, would be how you approach the thing, how you think the thing. So when we say mind over matter, we're really saying you can use your mind to overcome any situation you find yourself in. Don't allow the situation itself to get the better of you. You get the better of it. That's what I mean by mind over matter. All right, look at the other one. What do you think that is?
Look or leap.
Look, Miss, look over a leap. What is a leap?
So it's saying look before you leap. So look comes first and then you leap. So look before you leap. And what does that expression look before you leap?
To look what's going on before you put yourself in it.
Right. So saying be careful. Another situation before you make a move. Okay. We're gonna do a couple more. All right, how about that one? The one in the blue.
Mrs. It stand by.
No, not standby.
Miss, stand by.
No, that's I understand.
Oh,
I is on.
Miss,
So I
Miss,
understand. Okay, you guys are gonna get very good at it. All right,
Miss,
how about this on the
the
green?
next one.
head over heels.
Head over heels.
Head over
Yeah,
heels. Correct.
That was
And when you're head over heels, what does that mean?
Miss, you're not thinking straight because of how you feel.
Not thinking straight, right? Usually when someone's in love, head over heels. All right, this last icebreaker, what that means?
I love to see you.
You're pretty close though.
Mm,
Pretty close.
I love to curse you. No. Let's see. Why would it be cursed? And why would the person like to be
Pretty
Why would
close.
somebody love to curse somebody? That doesn't make any sense.
Jer, you're missing out this in the middle here.
I want to see you.
I want to see you. I
Wait,
want to see
that's
you.
a
This I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I want to see you.
How did you guys not? Miss,
Miss, what does the line have? How does that say?
Miss,
What?
I thought that
This is
was L.
one,
Oh,
two. It sounds like want to.
Miss,
If you
I
put
thought
the
it was an
1
L.
2, it sounds like want to. No. It says I want to see you. All right. So now we come to sequences. Complete
Miss,
the
first
sequence.
one. Miss, can I do the first one?
All right, John, go.
Okay, Miss is 10, 11, 13.
John, go ahead.
Okay, Miss. 10, 11, 13. Okay, Miss, the next two would be 20 and 25. Miss, the sequencing is that Miss the first go up by 1, then they go up by 2, then they go up by 3. Miss, they continue going up by 1. Add 1 to the 1.
Okay. All right. We'll do that and 3 then. All right. Who wants to do B?
Miss, can I do B?
Everybody's hand is up, so let's know. Harry do B and Jerry.
Miss,
Amara
I
will
don't
do B and
Miss Ma and Miss, it was John's hand that was raised. Miss, my hand was the hand that was raised.
Alison do B and Jerry will do C.
Miss,
Madison, go ahead.
Miss V5 and then U6 because they're going backwards and just putting 1, 2, 3, 4 behind the number, behind the letter.
So they're going forwards with the numbers and backwards with letters, right? So it's B, 5, and 6. Okay, Jer, C.
Miss, I haven't figured this out yet.
All right.
36 and
Anyone figured
49.
out
Miss 36 and 49.
why? Why?
Miss College square numbers.
What's the pattern?
Miss square numbers.
Yes. And you must know these numbers, these square numbers. So the first one is 1 squared, the second one is 2, third one is 3 squared, and so on.
Yeah.
So the missing ones are 6 squared, 36, and 7 squared, 14. All right, so now we're to find the mean, mode, median, and range of this set of values. So quickly work out the mean.
Miss, is it 17.7?
For the mean, did you get that?
Miss, I added up all these numbers and I got 177. Then I divided it by the amount of numbers there, which are 10.
Has anyone else added them? That's not what I got when I.
Miss, I got 200.
Okay, so you got 200. That's got for this the total. All right. So how would you find the mean, Madison?
Miss, divide by 10, which is
Okay.
20. 20, sorry.
Correct. So the mean. So to find the mean, we add all the numbers and divide by the amount of numbers. So when we add all the numbers, we get 200 divided by 10. 10 number mean is 20. What's the mode?
Miss 23. Miss 23.
23. The mode is the most frequent number. We have 3 23s and only other number each. So the mode is 23. What's the median? Median is the middle number.
Miss, is it 18?
But remember, we have to put them in order first. Put them in order from smallest to first.
Miss, I got 16.
Put them in order. We have 9,
Miss,
10,
there's 10
12.
numbers, so you couldn't get
There are 10 numbers.
number that's
So the 18 fall in the middle.
Miss, I got 18 and 14.
So we'd have 9, 10, 12, and 18 and 23 would fall in the middle. And then we'd have 22, 23, 24, and 44. So 18 and 23 would fall in the middle. We add them and divide by 2, we get 21 divided by 2, which is 25, 20 and a half. And the range now, which is the difference between the biggest and the smallest. So the biggest is 4, this is 9. What's the range?
Miss
35.
35.
We have two more of this type of question. I'm going to those who are having a little difficulty seeing. Hopefully that helps. So find the median and range. The chat, can you see it? Things first, what is the mean? And divide by the amount of numbers.
Miss, when I add them all up, I get
When you
100
add them up, you get what?
102, miss. Then I divide them by 11 because they're 11 numbers. And I get 9.2.
Okay, so then 2 divided by 11, and you get 9 points.
9.2727 repeatedly.
9 point what?
9.27 repeatedly,
Okay,
miss.
so you're using, okay, 9 and 3 over 11. What is the what's the most frequent number, occurring number?
0. 0 and 6.
Yes, miss.
0 and 6. So in this case, we have two modes, 0 and 6. And you can have any amount of modes. All right. What's the mean?
Miss, I'm still working all out.
So put them in order. Smallest, greatest, and then the one that falls in the middle. It's numbers. It's an odd amount of numbers, so one number should fall in the middle. When it's an even amount, two numbers fall in the middle, and we have to add
Is it this?
divide by 2. So what's the median here?
8.5, miss.
It's 6. It's what
Are
to
you
do in media? There's no need in media. Okay? Well, there is, but
What's up, John?
Miss, I say 6.
Miss, is it 8.5?
Yes, I got 6 as well.
I got 6. When we put them in order, we have 0, 0, 3, 6, 6, right?
There are
So
11
in the middle.
numbers.
Right, so 6 falls in the middle. And what's the range? So the biggest
35.
is 35.
It's 35. Miss, I also
The
say 35.
smallest 0. Right, so when we subtract, we're going to get 0. All right. So number 6. So like I told you, we have another one for practice. All right. So again, mean, mode, median, and range. It's only 8 numbers. So we add them up. Anybody got the total yet?
Miss 396.
Okay, and we're going to divide that by
8.
divide it by 8 since there are 8 numbers. So 396 divided by 8. How much does that give? 49 and a half. Okay, 49.5. What is the mode?
Miss 6470. 6470.
64.70
and 35.
I forgot
and
35.
35. So there are 2 of each of those. They all have 2 of each. So 35 and 64. We have 3 modes this time. And what is the median?
Okay, Miss. Miss, what I got was 53. Wait, sorry. No, Miss 54 and a half.
Correct,
I got.
54 and a half. So which 2 numbers fell in the middle?
Pardon
Okay.
me, Miss?
Miss will be 70 from
Which 2 numbers
30
are in the middle?
Oh, Miss
45 and
45
64.
and
Yeah, 45 and 64.
45 and 64.
Miss.
So we have to
And Miss
add them up. We get 109 and divide by 2, 54.5. And the range?
Miss,
Miss
the
the
range
range
is
is
57.
Okay. I can do it now.
70 minus 13, and that gives 57. Here we go. Now can be divided equally by 4, 6, and 7. The least number that can be divided equally by 4, 6, and 7.
Miss 1.
1,
Oh, equally by 4,
1 you
6.
say.
Sorry.
Are we looking for factors or multiples here?
Miss multiples. Okay.
We're looking for the
Miss
lowest common multiple.
Miss
The
lowest.
least number that can be divided. So what's the LCM of 4, 7?
Miss 4, 6, and 7.
36?
No. 7. 7. 7 is going to 36. Yeah. It wouldn't be that. Not funny.
LCM of 4, 6, and 7. The least that can be divided equally by 4, 6, and 7.
Miss,
Want some help?
yes, please, Miss.
Okay, I believe it is 84.
84.
Miss, we have to multiply way out of our timetable to get that.
All right, but think about it. Okay, so 6 sevens 42. 4 can't go into 2. So trial and error and double that and then see if the 4 can go. So the first, if you get this, try the two biggest one, multiply them, and then see if the small one can go. But there's a table that you use, the factorization table. I'm going to show it to you when we are doing the topic by topic. Not in this class, not in the ability test class, but when we're doing the topic by topic, I'll show you prime fact. As there's a video on factorization, just check the grade 4 playlist for how to find the LCM, and I'll show you 3 different ways, 3 different methods of finding the LCM. So check that video. It's in the grade 4 playlist on the channel. All right, let's go to the next question. Amari, please read number 8.
Okay, miss. Number 8. Sheldon has 4 scores. Grace has 2 dozen. Lisa has a gross and Carl has 67. Which child has the most items? Which child has the least?
Read it again.
Okay, miss. Number 8. Sheldon has 4 scores. Grace has 2 dozen. Lisa has a gross and Carl has 67. Which child has the most items? Which child has the least?
Okay. So which child has the least? How many things are in a gross?
Miss, I think it's 24.
Do you know those?
Miss, is that gross
A
144?
gross is 144 or 12 dozens. That's a gross. And how many things make a score?
Miss,
20?
I want to 20, miss. 20.
One
20.
score is 20. Okay. So work out how many items each child has. One
Miss
score is
Grace has
20.
the least.
Miss Sheldon has 80. And
Grace has the least.
Yes, Grace has the
So Grace has how many?
Grace has 24.
And
And
Lisa
Lisa
has
has,
144.
Lisa has
Miss.
144, which is the
Carl
most.
has.
Carl has 67, miss. So
All
miss,
right. So
Lisa
Lisa
has
has the most and
and Grace has the
Grace
least.
has the least. Correct. Or number 9, if I skip all the vowels, how many letters will I pass on my way from T to F? If I skip all the vowels, how many letters will I pass on my way from T to F?
Miss, do we count both or just T?
Yes, because it's from T to F. It's between. It's from that to the next. So you count the T and the F.
Miss 13.
13. Anybody got any other number?
Miss 18. 18, miss. 18.
If I skip all the vowels, how many letters will I pass on my way from T to F? T to F, F to T is going to be the same letter.
18, miss?
G, H, I, K, L, M, N O. We're skipping the O. Well. P
Miss, you forgot I.
Miss, you
Q
skip
R
I
I.
as well.
Miss, you forgot to skip I.
Miss, what did you say?
Miss, you forgot to skip
Oh,
I.
I.
Yes, Miss, you forgot to
Yeah,
skip
we'll
I.
skip the I and the O. So how many that?
Miss, I got 13.
So that's you're right, Madison. 13. All right, next question. Read for me, John, number 10.
Okay, Miss. Number 10. How much would I get if I subtracted the sum of days from January to March from the sum of days from October to December? Number 10. How much would I get if I subtracted the sum of days from January to March from the sum of days from October to December?
Okay. How much would I get if I subtracted the sum of days from January to March from the sum of days from October to December? Hi, Camille. Hi, Haley, Latoya, Antoine. Welcome, guys. Remember your answers in the chat as the number that your answer.
Miss, 2.
All right, explain how you got to Madison.
Okay, Miss. January has 31 days. February has 28 days, and March has 31 days. And adding them up, you get 90. And then October has 31 days. November has 30 days, and December has 31 days. And you'll get 92 when you add that. So 92 take away 90 is 2.
Correct. So it asks you to subtract the sum of the sets. All right, Madison, read number 11, please.
Number 11. It rained every day for the last quarter of February. On which day could it have rained? A. February 4th. B. February 31st. C. February 25th. D. February 14th. Number 11. It rained every day for the last quarter of February. On which day could it have rained? A. February 4th. B. February 31st. C. February 25th. D. February 14th.
All right, so
Miss,
which
is
of
it
those
B,
days?
February 14th?
Miss B.
All right, so Jerry is saying February 14. Why, Jerry?
Miss, because 1/4 of February, if February is 28 days, so 1/4 of it would be 7, Miss. So if you're doing the last quarter, so that's the last 1/4, Miss, it would be February.
So the last 7 days, would February 14 be in the last 7 days?
No,
Miss,
Miss.
I say C,
Madison,
sorry. Not B, C.
why do you say C?
Miss, because February has 28 days normally, and February doesn't have 31 days, and the 25th is closer to the end than the 4th or the 14th.
Okay. All right, so Jer was almost right. He found a quarter of February since he said the last quarter. So a quarter of 28 days is 7 days. So we have to find a number that falls within the last 7 days. So anywhere from the 22nd to the 28th. And February certainly does not have 31 days. So the answer is C. Jer, please read number 12.
Okay, miss. There were black beads, blue beads, and brown beads in a bag. There were 5 times as many black beads as brown beads. There were half as many blue beads as brown beads, which could not be the number of beads in the bag. Miss, you didn't write the end. There were
Pardon?
black beads. Miss,
Oh,
for number, you
okay.
didn't write the end.
All right.
There were black beads, blue beads, and brown beads in a bag. There were 5 times as many black beads as brown beads. There were half as many blue beads as brown beads, which could not be the number of beads in the bag. Miss, is it B 48?
Hold on, hold on. All right, so you're saying 48. Why?
Miss, because if they're supposed to
No,
be
sorry, this should switch. Sorry, this should be blue here and brown here.
Miss, if there should be 5 times as many black beads as brown beads, whatever number that is, Miss, and then in counting in that there must be half of um
So there are
um
5 times as many black as brown, right?
yes, Miss.
And the blue is twice the brown. So put that in a ratio. The
Miss,
black
1
is
to 5 to 2.
right. So 1 to 2 to 5. 1 to 2 to 5 with 1 being the blue and sorry, 1 being the brown, 2 being the blue, and 5 being the black. So 5 times as many black as brown
Miss, I
and
say
5 as
30.
many. All right, so tell me why you said 30.
Miss, because 1 plus 5 plus 2 is 8, and 8 cannot go into 30.
All right, so that's correct. Right, Jer, so the ratio, when you put it in a ratio, 1 to 2 to 5, when you add those units of the ratio, you get 8. So the number we're thinking of must be a multiple of 8. And 30 is the number here that's not a multiple of 8. Or number 13, Kevin checked a book and found out the address and the telephone number of the flower shop. Which book did he most likely check? A. Atlas, B. Diary, C. Directory, and or D. Dictionary.
A
C
directory, Miss.
directory.
Correct. All right, so these are easy ones. No. 14. Maria checked a book and found out the shape, grid location, and capital city of Aruba. Which book did she most likely check?
B
A.
Atlas.
Give me a chance to read the options. So A. Log, B. Atlas, C. Directory, D. Thesaurus. All right, go ahead now.
B Atlas.
B. Atlas. So that's the book that we look to find the location of a place. At 15, I want Amari to answer this one for me. Javon checked a book and found out the origin, definition, part of speech, and plural of the word boomerang. Which book did he most likely check, Amari? Was it A, dictionary, B, log, C, magazine, D, diary?
Miss
Has
A
Amari
dictionary. A dictionary, Miss.
correct? Correct. One, Number 16,
Uh,
checked a book and found out the ingredients, equipment, and method for making ackee and
Repeat
saltfish.
book, miss.
Which book did she most likely check? A. Dictionary. B. Recipe book. C. Menu. D. Atlas.
Miss, do you recipe book, miss? Recipe.
Correct. All right. So we have just a few more questions to go. Jer, number 17. Peter checked a book and found out about the life, philosophy, death, and legacy of Malcolm X. Which book did he most likely check? Was it A, autobiography, B, biography, C, diary, or D, a log?
Miss, is it a biography?
That is correct. Why not an autobiography?
Miss, because the autobiography would mean that he wrote it himself.
So why couldn't he have written it himself?
Next, because it talks about his death.
That's correct. So because it says the death and legacy, we know it couldn't have been Malcolm who wrote it. So it has to be a biography. Someone else wrote about his life. All right, Madison, read number 18, please.
Number 18. The meteorologist predicted a 75% chance of rain for Portmore, Jamaica, for the weekend. This means that on Saturday it will most likely be A. Rainy, B. Sunny, C. Snowy, D. Frosty. Number 18. The meteorologist predicted a 75% chance of rain for Portmore, Jamaica for the weekend. This means that on Saturday it will most likely be A. Rainy, B. Sunny, C. Snowy, or D. Frosty.
Miss, can I
Miss
please
answered
answer?
A.
Okay, so what do you say, John?
No, Miss, it was me.
Amari? Amari?
Miss, I would say A rainy,
Why?
Miss, because he said it would that it would be a 75% chance on that it would rain in Jamaica for the weekend, Miss. And Miss, Saturday is part of the weekend.
Okay, and what made you think that 75% would be more towards the rain?
Miss, because it's 3/4.
All right, so 75% is 3/4, which is almost a whole. Did you have anything different, Madison? Do you agree?
Yes, Miss, I said A.
All right. John, can you read number 19, please?
Okay, Miss. Number 19. Only adult students are allowed into the
A
country.
little slower, please.
Number 19. Only adolescents are allowed in
Adolescents,
adolescents.
adolescent,
Okay. Number 19. Only adolescents are allowed into the country, which two persons can enter. Shelley, age 10, Mark, age 16, Simone, age 4, Sophia, age 17, Tia, age 26, John, age 12. Number 19. Only adolescents are allowed into the country.
adolescents.
Ado- Only adolescents are allowed into the country, which two persons can enter. Shelley, age 10, Simone, age 4, Tia, age 26, Mark, age 16, Sophia, age 17, John, age 12.
Miss, Mark, and Sophia.
Why?
Because adolescents are like the age right before becoming an adult. The
All
age
right,
is right
that's
before
correct.
becoming an adult.
That is correct. All right, so two questions to go. Number 20, a number was rounded to 40,800. Which number could it have been? A, 49,600, B, 40,773, C, 40,749, or D, 41,000.
Miss
Which one
C.
of those
I
could
mean,
we have
sorry, B.
rounded to? What's a B?
Miss B is B.
Because they say 5 or more, add 1 more, and 7 is
All
more than
right.
5.
So in C, the 4 is less than 5. We could not round that up, right? And A is definitely above 40,000, and D is also above 40,000, so it could not round. Last question. Those in the chat, remember when you put in your answer, the number that you're answering. Final question, final mark. The number 2 was raised power and the result was 32. What was the power? The number 2 was raised to a power and the result was 32. What was the power? Two raised to what power?
2 to the power of 5.
Yes.
Correct. So John's correct, Madison correct. 2 to the power of 5. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 would give 32. And we are at the end of our set of questions for the ability test for tonight. Of course, next week we have another fresh set. Tomorrow we have our performance task. Again, we'll have another interesting scenario that we'll have to work our way through. So don't forget to join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Jamaica time, same place, and we will do it again. Thank you, scholars.
Miss?
And all, thank you those in the chat who are posting your comments and questions. Yes, Madison? Go ahead.
Is the Christmas school starting on the 13th?
That will be Monday coming.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. So good night. Going straight into my CSEC algebra class. And you guys, I assume, are going straight into your beds.
Miss, I'm gonna go study.
You're gonna go study. Okay. All right. So as usual, I'm going to play our show so persons can know the when the classes are. Okay. Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams. I have a very, very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. No, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake. I'm sure you have, thousands of other students have. Now in this series we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know when students get problems wrong in mathematics is a result of one single error or one mistake? This is absolutely true. And we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. Know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on.